Game of Thrones, season 1, episode 10, titled "Fire and Blood." Dany, who we've been following for the first season, seems doomed in an episode before, but she walks into a burning fire, comes to the other side, and is naked, and has 3 baby dragons on her shoulder and on her body. So, I thought this was a pretty grounded show. I know it's a fantasy world, but maybe there is a god. So this is like, we just went in the fantasy world in this episode because there's dragons now. There's dragons. So maybe Dany is, she loses her husband, she loses her child, but she gangs dragons. So maybe it's a fair, balanced exchange of trade. We're seeing the evilness of Joffrey. He kills an entertainer for no reason at all. He shows Sansa Stark the head of her father on a stick in an amusing way, and saying, "This is what happens when this is what I'm going to do with your brother as well." Robb Stark vows for revenge and setting up his general army to take over the Lannisters. Jon Stark, and the Knights and Watchmen are not far behind, so they're setting up that up as well. The other Stark, Ira, is rescued and is now impersonating a boy. So there's all these Starks who are hanging around and want revenge on the Lannisters. The father and Lannister sends Tyrion to King's Landing to act as the King's head hand, which is going to set up some really cool exchanges in season 2. And to go back to Dany, she loses her baby and husband, but she gets dragons. And now I'm like hook, line, and sinker in for season 2. What a great first season. I gotta admit, what a great first season, and no wonder the show is very popular. That's my 2 cents. Over and out.